Good afternoon, you guys. This is Albert with Rescued Roots. Sorry, my hair looks crazy. I took a nap and I woke up with voluminous hair. So today is gonna be less of a demonstration video and more of kind of just a discussion video. I wanna discuss watering. Um, so this is kind of like you can have your own views on this. You can use different types of supplements, vitamins. What I typically do is I water with my aquarium water. I have two 30-gallon aquariums that I typically use anytime that I practice. It's called, well, a phrase that we use very commonly in the plant world is called butt chugging. It's not. I've heard some people refer to butt chugging as putting a tampon in vodka and then putting your butt to become drunk. That's not that type of butt chugging. It just means that you water from the bottom. This Tigger, he's like, wake up, take me out. That's Bonnie. Also, you guys, I'm really excited. I got to really kind of organize my plants, and now I have them kind of consolidated onto two shelves, as well as I got my tropicals kind of separated, so that way it's easier to kind of keep those moist. Also organized my outdoor where my cacti and some succulents are. Wow, I look really crazy. So, and then in another perspective, there's also watering from the top. So, and butt chugging does, or watering from the bottom, you literally just put the pot, you just kind of submerge it in a small amount of water. The benefits of that are the roots or the soil will absorb water as needed. It's very time consuming, but one of the things is that you honestly can't overwater a plant because the gravity will kind of keep water down, but the plant itself will kind of use the water it needs to lift it. And that's also why I keep a lot of my plants in these big trays that I got from Daiso. Is because like I will fill these up with water, and then they will use up the water, and it also helps with keeping humidity up. If you have any tropicals that need to stay wet, orchids are they do like humidity, so those will do those are very helpful as well. And then another way of watering is just watering from the top. So what I try to do, and I'm not very strict on this, but what I will do... Okay, stop. Please. Sit. Thank you. Oh. The dogs really want to go out, yeah. What I'll do is, I'll try to, butt chug one watering time, and then water from the top another time. So the benefits of that is that first you're, like, showing a change in watering habits, so you can kind of build healthier roots. Whenever you water from the top, it's really nice because you are basically washing out any built up salts or nutrients that are probably haven't been used. And then whenever you water from the bottom, you're establishing very healthy roots. So if it's easier for you to just water from the top, or if it's easier for you to butt chug, or if it's easier for you to mix it to, like, pick away whichever way is best for you. I did want to kind of talk about also different types of waters. So what I use aquarium water. The reason I do that is so that way I'm naturally giving my plants water that has been dechlorinated, water that is kind of a little bit more elevated. So typically tropical water, which both my tanks are tropical, is usually between like 79 to maybe 81 degrees, so it's a little warmer. It does have fish urine in it and fish waste. So fish urine does have like ammonia, nitrites. So that is kind of like offering some type of nutrients, vitamins, minerals to my plants. In in watering, there's also things you can use, like you can actually use a banana peel and boil water with a banana peel, and then give them that water and the nutrients from that skin. You can if you're making a soil, you can add eggshells to the soil, crunch up real good, and that'll help add calcium. There's maybe another nap would be good before I go to work. Um, these are some of the picture frames that I got at a thrift store, and I got this couch out of the trash. I know I probably should have sprayed it with Lysol. I'm really not. I've never had a bed bug issue, and it was outside for a while, so I was like, I'll kill the bed bugs if there are any. Who knows? Um, Sorry, y'all. Um, I think that's it on watering. I will say, so sometimes when I water from the top, I have so many plants that I will just put them in the shower and spray them. With succulents in particular, you do have to be very careful that any water that is retained in the very crown or the apex of the plant is either dried out, blown out, or ratified. So what I'll do is sometimes, like whenever and with orchids also, phalaenopsis in particular, you can get water built up in that crown area, and it can cause rot, and then you lose the plant. So what I try to do, just because I have so many of them, I will kind of make sure there's high airflow, so help dry that out, or I'll let them kind of air dry outside if it's warmer. With succulents, you do run the risk of rot, so you might want to just only focus, like use a device. I don't have it with me, I'm sorry, y'all. It's almost like a lab bottle that you use, like in veterinary medicine we use it like to spray alcohol, and it'll like squirt it out. I used to have a bottle from one of my last jobs. I actually used it to water succulents, and then whenever I left, I just kind of took that bottle with me. I don't know if that's still in or not, but it was a toxic work environment, so that was my way of combating toxicity in the work environment. I said, I'm going to take this bottle for my succulents that helped me feel better about myself. I'm sorry that this was more kind of like a discussion, but I think it's a really interesting, and I have so many plants I don't have time to show you how to water plants. But remember, gardening is a experiment, so anytime you try something, try it new. Like if you water with faucet water, there's nothing wrong with that. You might have effects. The chlorine might be too strong. I know whenever I water the original name I know of is called the Chinese money tree. I can actually show you a picture of it right now. It's the scientific name is called Pachira aquatica. Let me show you right now. This is one of them. So this one, I would never give it chlorinated water, just because I don't know. I've experienced that sometimes the leaves will have hard water build up on them, so I try not to do that. When I water it, I try not to get these stems wet at all, because that can prone to rot them. So I will just water this side, and notice I have more area, and then this is for whenever I want to chug it, I can fill it up. Real quickly, I guess watering these guys, I've learned, like, I have aquarium water in a spray bottle. I will just spritz those. These guys are called air plants, Tilidacea. This is the Xyrographica, Lycia. There's so many of them. I really love their plants because they're from Central America. I used to have a lot more of them, but I sometimes I will soak them, and I've just learned. Sorry, Victoria, that some of these will lead to rot because the base is real bulbous. Going to my bromeliads. So remember these in the last videos. These like a lot of water, so I like to spritz them. And oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna show you my messy room. It's still in progress because I just kind of focused on my living room, so bear with me. That is my beta sorority. Oh, this is one of my plants that I got this week and I love. It's Ficus ruby, or ruby rubber plant. Ooh, got that too wet. I'm gonna have to wipe that out. This is my Ficus elastica, just a regular rubber plant. Oh, I'm running low on water. Let me actually pause the video, fill up on water, and I'll be back and I'll continue this misting, okay? Okay, I refilled my water. I went ahead and... So, funny story, I had a interview at a bonsai nursery. It went very well. They haven't called me back yet. The son, who is helping the dad out, hire more people, hasn't called me back, but he has some yoga studios. And honestly, I thought like I really wanted to be. I was like, that's the only way I'm gonna learn about like the nursery business. But jokes on them, because like while it did look like a very cool opportunity, I'm spraying my Dracana. Miss Mary, this goes out to you. Look, this is my Dracana. Look how little it is. Well, big but little. If you look at this one, it's a shorter version. I visited her today. I met her. She's a very nice African American woman from, I hope she doesn't mind that I say this, from a small city in Texas. That my aunt is actually helps. She does home health care. So when I met her, I was like, oh, it's so nice, and her plants were so beautiful. I was like, it almost made me like envious. I was like, oh my god, her plants are so big. But she was like, oh yeah, I've had these plants for 15, 20, 30. One plant she had for 4 years, and it was so exciting to just think, like how amazing some of these plants will be in 40 years. Sorry. It's kind of like so rewarding to know, like, some people would think, oh, a plant lives 1 year and then it dies. Like, plants are like us. Like, they want to live, they want to continue living. As long as you take care of a plant and meet its needs, as long as it's not like a... So that kind of leads me into, like, I guess we'll talk about this later actually, but a plant has different life cycles, and we'll go over that in a later video. Yeah, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, so let me just show you my next little area. So these are more like just, there are some succulents in here, but like this is a, I believe it's called a crown of thorns or queen of thorns. It's so beautiful. It's a type of like succulent. That's a fern that I cut back on. A miniature bonsai, a sansevieria. These are my, I don't know if I showed you a picture, but this is like wild hibiscus or common hibiscus. Oh, this is some of my leaf cuttings of the lemon and lime. These are some Dinodendrobium orchids. This is a monster that one of my old co-workers, Deanna, she gave me. She was just like, it's doing bad. It actually rotted and it caught back, so I cut it right here, and look, now it's budding out, and there's several different pieces of it. That's the philodendron monstera or monstera. I forget. Monstera is usually a really popular type, but I forget the exact. This is a. Oh, this is my other rubber plant. It's called Ficus teninke. It's just a variegated version, a yellow and green version. So I'm gonna press pause real quick, and I'm gonna show you the way I spritz my orchids too. Okay. Also, I did want to show you that in one video. This was my pitcher plant. So unfortunately, it did have to get cut back because it wasn't doing very well. So don't get too scared about like cutting back or trying to revive a plant. Give time, patience, and extra care, and it may grow back, it may not. And then these are kind of like most of my orchids. I'm just gonna kind of keep it wet. My really sad bamboo. This bamboo actually was given to me. Well, so it was at my last job that was toxic, and I told him, I was like, can I take those bamboos home? And then I actually put this in the aquarium, and it lived in an aquarium for probably about 2 years. Tigger! He's trying to lick the spray. He wants that fish urine and fish booty. And they gave to me. It was really beautiful, you guys. Like, this is just like me struggling with keeping it wet, which is an ongoing factor that I have for some reason. So I'm just kind of spraying the orchids. Honestly, like, so this is to help keep humidity high. That's my cherry tomato, string of turtles, likes water, special variety orchids, ruby necklace, string of dolphins, more orchids. I watered all these yesterday, but it's just kind of, I noticed most of these guys is denodriums. They have been kind of like blooming a lot during this summer, or kind of putting off a lot of new growth, which I think is amazing. These are a lot of phalaenopsis, which is the very most common type of orchid. I'm gonna make an orchid video soon, hopefully. I just needed to get some orchids ready so that way I can kind of show you repotting, and I will kind of show you my outside setup. So these I'm not gonna get watered because these, with succulents and cacti, you do infrequent watering, but you do heavy watering when you water them. So the Texas heat, succulents and cacti, as long as you keep them out of the harsh direct sun, then they will probably prosper. So notice I have a lot of cacti out here. I love my cacti. They love Texas heat. But these guys are pretty young, so they do get protection from the sun. My balcony provides east facing morning sun, but they get that kind of like that hot climate from Texas. These are my little succulents. They could be better, but they've gotten so much better since I've been keeping them warm. So notice this is some more of my cacti. Fishbone cactus, corncob cactus. Oh, this one I got. This one is called like a rainbow something. I got. This is one of my very first cacti I got. Sansevieria. This is African milk tree. I love this one. It's actually not a cactus. It's a succulent. Aloe vera. Saint Joseph's coat, which is like a religious name. I'm not religious, so I don't know what that means. My little moon cactus, this one is dying, so I could separate that just to be safe. My little prickly pear, some aloes, some bigger aloes that I feel like would benefit from being out there. So these guys did get watered today, so I wonder, maybe I'll be watering them twice a week. We'll see how that goes, because definitely outdoor plants need a lot more water, just because they are getting more extreme. This is my balcony. I'm sorry it's so disorganized, but I promise you it is It's a lot better than what it's been, because it's literally been out of control sometimes. But I'm really proud of all the progress I've made. Since, I don't know, it's been a challenge living on my own. 2 years ago I moved out, and dealing with my depression, I do get overwhelmed very easily. So I suffer from depression, anxiety, ADHD. A lot of people, I didn't know this, but a lot of depression and anxiety is rooted in undiagnosed ADHD or unresolved ADHD. So, like, this channel, I'm sorry, I'm gonna also use it for awareness. ADHD is kind of like your brain is just always like go 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 go. But you can get anxiety and depression from never stopping, or always feeling like you're in a hamster wheel, and it's just like go go go. And I am on medication for it. I still see a plethora of mental health healthcare team. I see my therapist regularly, even though she's only has me as needed now, because she's giving me all the tools I needed. My psychiatrist, he has me on a new medication, and I also am on Adderall, which, let's discuss what it does. Some people will say Adderall is not good because it kind of just like makes you. I really enjoy Adderall, but it is scary because sometimes I don't have a normal sleeping schedule. If I take it later in the day, then I won't sleep at night. If I take too much Adderall, I will only be able to sleep an hour or two, and then like I have to get up and do something because my mind is telling me that I need to do something, but I'm like, okay, I need to like use this time appropriately. So weird. I would love to like discuss what I've learned about ADHD so much, but I'm just gonna kind of give you a very slow opening. In my last video, I was really kind of like sad. I will say I was sad because I struggled with understanding what my therapy session was, and I will tell you, 3 weeks later, I feel more empowered, because I kind of like sat with that and I understood like anything that you don't have anything you cannot control, or what? No, I cannot change anything that I do not 100% control. So what can I control? Can I control the time I leave at work? No, you really can't, because I work in emergency medicine. But what I can control is my attitude, my perspective, my body language, my responses. So what I said is like, just change that way that is in my head. Like, instead of saying, oh, this job is always making me leave late, I'll say, around 10 o'clock, what I'll do is I will politely let my supervisors know that it is my time to leave. I am open to staying, but I like for my duties to slowly be cut back, so that way I can leave at an appropriate time. So what that means is, I work with my managers. I don't say, hey, it's time for me to leave, I need to leave in 10 minutes, or I'm gonna walk out. I will like tell them, maybe around 10:30, I'll be like, hey, I was supposed to leave at 10. I can stay 30 more minutes just to kind of finish cleaning up. Is that okay with you? And notice, like, that's first off, that you're approaching someone in a lot more respectable manner, someone who is your superior, so you're showing respect. You're kind of showing them that you're willing to help pass maybe your work requirement, and that you're a team player, and then people will start to respect you and say, like, oh man, Albert is a helpful team member. He actually cares about the team. Patient care is one of his focuses, because that is one of my main focuses. And one of the things that I always say that sometimes I feel silly saying is like, for me to take care of another animal or another person or another thing, I have to first put myself first. So not overworking myself, not becoming overwhelmed. It allows me to. This is Bonnie, y'all. She's like, pet me. I need to walk them pretty soon, okay, y'all? So I'm gonna stop talking so much, and I'm gonna end this video. I'm sorry I kind of was everywhere, but I just want to let you know that right now I am in a very good spot with my life. in my last therapy session, I actually told my therapist, I was like, right now my goal is not to stay happy, but to be aware of my emotions. I've kind of learned that happiness is a fleeting emotion that will come and go. So just being conscientious of my emotions and allowing myself to understand them and control them is empowering and lets me kind of raise my awareness on how much I control my well-being by controlling my mindset. Thank y'all so much for watching. And I'm sorry that this video did kind of drift away from just plants, but I do get a lot of reassurance by talking about my mental health through these videos, even though they are supposed to be on plants. Thank you so much, you guys. Go garden.